A very warm welcome, everyone. It's that time of the week for the Time to Go Wild podcast. Yes, your usual weekly update from the Time to Go Wild radio podcast. We are available via YouTube, Podbean, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. You can check us out throughout the week on Facebook or twitter.com/TTGW radio. If you want to email the show, you can do radio@widneswild.co.uk. Drop texts 07849 767755. Text charged as if you're texting your best friend. No big charges. Been a busy week in the world of ice hockey. You know what you've been doing. You may have seen some results. So let's do it. It's time to go wild. A very warm welcome to the Time to Go Wild radio podcast for another week. And what a weekend we had. Lots of fixtures, lots of results. And one bruiser of a game last night at Planet Ice Widnes. But not just that game, we also had two junior fixtures as well. Were you at the games? Were you at any of them? I hope you managed to make it. We've got a really good interview coming up with our two signers, actually. That of Tom Brayley and Evan Coles. Now, I'll come to those in a little while, but I do have to give a shout out and an apology to Jake Meehan from our under-18s. We did an interview post-match on Saturday, and it didn't record. And it was a really, really good interview, and I was really upset about it. Jake, you were brilliant. Thank you for doing the interview. We'll have to do it again another time. And, well, all I can say is it was really good, and I'm so disappointed I can't bring it to you all. But what I will have to bring to you all right now are the scores from the weekend just gone. And there's lots of them. So starting off with the Elite League Challenge Cup from Saturday. Here we go. Sheffield Steelers 4, Nottingham Panthers 3, after overtime. In the league on Saturday, Guildford Flames 3, Dundee Stars 0, Manchester Storm 5, Fife Flyers 0, Cardiff Devils 3, Belfast Giants 2. On Sunday, Nottingham Panthers 5, Cardiff Devils 2, Dundee Stars 1, Sheffield Steelers 2, Fife Flyers 8, Manchester Storm 0, Coventry Blaze 3, Belfast Giants 5. EIHA Under-18s North 2 action from Saturday. Sheffield 13, Nottingham 1. Widnes 14, Solihull 2. EIHA Under-16s North 2 action from Saturday. Sheffield 3, Nottingham 2. Widnes 14, Solihull 2. EIHA Under-14s North 2 action from Saturday. Billingham 3, Sutton 7. EIHA Under-12s North action from Saturday. Bradford 7, Whitley Bay 1. Unfortunately, the Manchester against Widnes result hasn't been available to me. And on Sunday, Leeds 8, Billingham 0. NIHL National League Autumn Cup action from Friday. Sheffield Steel Dogs 6, Leeds Knights 3. League action from the National League on Saturday. Swindon Wildcats 3, Sheffield Steel Dogs 4. Leeds Knights 5, Bees 2. Basingstoke Bison 7, Peterborough Phantoms 4. Milton Keynes Lightning 3, Raiders 1. On Sunday, Bees 2, MK Lightning 3. Raiders 6, Basingstoke Bison 5. Peterborough Phantoms 3, Leeds Knights 5. Telford Tigers 3, Swindon Wildcats 4 after a shootout. NIHL Division 1 North Morley League action from Saturday. Blackburn Hawks 10, Billingham Stars 7. On Sunday, Billingham Stars 5, Solihull Barons 1. Nottingham Lions 4, Sheffield Scimitars 7. NIHL Division 1 North Morley North Cup action. Whitley Warriors 4, Solway Sharks 5, that was on Saturday. Morley Midland Cup action from Sunday. You had to be there. Widnes Wild 8, Blackburn Hawks 2. And our final game, NIHL Division 2 North Laidler Midland Cup action. Coventry NIHL Blaze 8, Nottingham Lions 2. And that sums up the scores for this week. And what a week it was. More next week. Keep it time to go wild. And after the game on Sunday, I managed to catch up with Tom Brearley and Evan Coles, and this is what they had to say.
A lively encounter between the YKK Widnes Wild and the Blackburn Hawks with an 8-2 win. I've managed to collar two of our players who've had a very, very hard night. One bit unexpected. We'll come to Evan in a moment. Tom Brearley, well, your first season with Widnes. How's it feeling?
It's good. It's a great setup here. We've got a great locker room. I feel like the team's just getting better every week at the minute. So, yeah, it's really good.
So, I mean, tonight took a few penalties, but it was going to be a hard day at the office.
Yeah, we know what they bring. They're a physical team, so we were ready for it tonight. We put a good performance in, but like I said, they're going to come hard every time we play them.
I mean, we had to come from behind. Got a lead, then went behind. Bit of a swingometer early on, and then just the gears went up.
Yeah, I think we just needed to settle into our own game. We maybe got caught playing their game early on, but once we settled down and started playing the way we can play, then we put our foot down a bit there towards the end.
I mean, it's got quite physical, especially in that third period. A few penalties taken on both sides, and we'll talk to Evan a bit more about what happened in the crease. But the big man, Mr. Kemp, stood up. Mr. Kearney Witter did the jobs.
Yeah, fair play to Kemp. He's sticking up for his teammates. That's what it's about. So, great effort.
So, I mean, your thoughts on how things have gone up to now in the season?
I don't think we can complain really. We're quite a new team, a lot of players from all over the place. So. I think we're going from strength to strength for the minute, so yeah, it's good going at the minute.
Well, I'll let you get on and I'll catch up with our extra surprise bonus of the night. Evan, well, you weren't quite expecting that.
No, not really. It's just one of those things, you're sitting on bench chilling, opening gate, and you're like, oh, okay, this just got real.
Yes, especially with it being Blackburn, and you know how physical the game was started off and then got, and you're like, okay, adrenaline's kicking in.
Yeah, it's one of those moments where you think, like I said, have I really just seen this? And you get that nervousness, like, oh god, don't panic, and you sell into it. 5 minutes in, you sell into it, you're getting rhythm, you're set then, all set.
I mean, the D did well for you as well, protecting you. And as I just mentioned to Tom about the sheriff himself, Mr. Lee Kemp, looking after you. I mean, Reece, you see Reece coming down on you, Mr. Reece Kearney-Witter. He's a big guy. He's got momentum. You stood your ground.
Yeah, Reece is one of those players. You don't expect that big of a person to have that many hands, and he walks through 3 people and comes at blue and like, oh, okay, please just don't do this. And he run my head was went straight to his post. Then Kempy steps in. I think he lost though, which ain't very good for Kempy.
Well, I'd say job done, to be honest. You know, it's one of those moments where, I mean, we've known Blackburn teams of the past where no matter what happens, be it their own goal or be it the goal that the team they're attacking, they will dive on that crease just to protect their goalie or try and spook the opposition goalie, so you kind of know what you're going to get.
Yeah, at least Kempy stood for me. we're sitting in that change room, 5 people, 6 people on that ice, everyone's got each other's back. He stepped up when it really counted then. Didn't really get to see much of it, so I was in the corner with me head in the ice, but yeah, it sounded like it went well for him.
I mean, again, your first season here with Widnes. How's it feeling for you?
It feels all right. It's one of those. I say it's one of those games you don't expect to be playing. You expect to get like one of the midweek game, one of the later in the season games when it dies down, we all start getting his feet, but getting thrown in the deep end there, basically.
Sometimes it's the best way, baptism of fire, particularly against a team that play hard, play fast, and don't stop.
Yeah, they're probably one of the physical teams in the league. And I say, well, like you said, never stops, kept working.
I mean, in terms of where you played in the past and the level that we're playing here, how did it feel?
Oh, it's a lot better. It's never played this high up in the league before. But getting thrown in proved I actually can play at this level now. And it's hopefully set a bit of a name for myself.
And it gives confidence to the team, it gives confidence as well to the fans. I mean, you're playing in front of this many fans. How does that feel?
I've never had this many fans.
Well, there you go. I mean, does that give you an extra buzz?
Oh, it does. Hearing them all, even though those drums are annoying at times, it does give you a boost a little bit through periods when you're working hard.
Well, I mean, I always say the goaltenders are a special breed. I mean, you use every part of your body, and you can be the only guy who's on the ice for the entire 60 minutes, so to speak, and it's tough.
Oh, it is, especially when you're getting that final 20 minutes into third, 10 minutes into third, you start breathing heavy, start getting tired, but you have to keep going, put everything into it.
Well, I must admit, baptism of fire or not, came out the right way for you, so I'm well deserved from the MVP for you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. Both players, very good interviews. Thanks to both of them, both Tom and Evan. Poor Tom had a busy night going in and out of the bin. 4 minutes of penalties for him. The big man, Lee Kemp, as many of you saw, he had to step up and take action. Now, a clarification on the online game sheet to what was announced on game night. On match night, it was announced 5 minutes for fighting for both Lee Kemp and Rhys Kearney-Witter, but on the game sheet it's been recorded as 2+2 for fighting. This is due to a clerical issue with Fixtures Live. So the actual penalties were on the night served as 5-minute majors, but in a way the 2+2s versus the 5-minute majors, in some ways, yes, it does change the penalty minutes recorded by both players by 1, but they were both coincidental penalties anyway, so they were both served for the correct length of time on the game night. So, all things aside, that was how those two penalties have panned out. But, well, to say you had to be there to witness it, it was what night which could go anyway. We all know what Blackburn Hawks are as a team. They're very strong, very physical. They don't stop. And, well, it took 7 minutes to break the deadlock. Kieran Beach from Vlad's Volkanovs, 7 minutes 25. Then the tables turned. Jared Dickinson bagging a brace at 13-17 and then at 19-13. First goal assisted by Lee Pollitt and Matt Wainwright. Funny thing is, both of those guys have both played for Widnes at one point in their careers. And then there was Sam Warnock getting the assist on their second goal. Then 6.5 minutes into the second period, Vlad strikes again, Mikey Gilbert and Nathan Britton, power play goal, squares it all at 2. Then it was a little bit quicker all of a sudden. We had 31-10 with our player coach Richard Hagger from Mikey Gilbert, and then again Rich Hagger strikes 36-52, this time assisted by Liam Charnock. Then that was it till the interval, 42, and then the third period I should say, bit more we'd also had it quiet in the bin up until 22 minutes. So yeah, first period no penalty minutes, but scoring in the third period, Wild somehow turned the screw even tighter. 42-19, it was Jakub Hajek from Nathan Britton. Then 45-41, short-handed from Vlad and Kieran. 48.06, a nice goal for Tom Stubley from Kieran Beach and Mikey Gilbert. And then to round it all off, a power play goal at 57.52, another one to add to his tally of the season, which I think he's going to be keeping them going at this rate for quite a way through. Tristan Grimshaw, what a nice goal, assisted by Jack Murray. So that was the actual score sheet for the night. Penalties, all in all, didn't really start until about within 5 minutes of the second period. But even then, it didn't really get busy until the back end of the third. And that was when our goaltender was, let's say, pounced upon. It was, I must admit, Reece, he's a big guy, comes steaming through, straight onto goal. You know what can happen, and yep, there was a crashing up in the crease. And the big guy, Lee Kemp, he comes along, our sheriff, captain on the night, comes along, and the inevitable sort of happened. There was a little bit of a fisticuffs going on, but both players sat down in the bin in good spirits. I must admit, afterwards, being down in the sin bin this year, doing the announcing, you do get to hear the banter between the players, and they both looked shattered. And but they knew that they'd worked hard, and all players knew that they had absolutely worked hard. But the big shock and surprise, it turned out, was at 13 seconds into the second period, Harrison Walker went down injured. We were all like, oh, this is a concern. I mean, Harrison's been on fire. He's been doing really, really well all season up to now, and had a storming time throughout the Summer Cup run as well, the behind closed doors games. Evans on the bench, we could see him going, am I or aren't I going on? Am I or aren't I? Sure enough, on comes Evan. 9 shots in the second period, 8 shots in the third period, didn't let one in, and some of those saves were fantastic. Look forward to the highlight reel for this game. It will be a treat. Evan was, as you can hear in the post-match interview, so surprised by the fact that all of a sudden, this is real. You know, you could expect it against a certain team, for example. Oh, yeah, it'll be so and so, or you have a runaway game and you put somebody in at the end. But when you're 2-1 down, and it's like, hang on a minute, we're on the back foot. By the way, Evan, you're going in. It's one heck of an adrenaline rush, I must say. He coped so well. After the match, you can hear he's so calm, probably bottling up his buzz inside, and an amazing performance and an amazing team performance. Blackburn didn't give up. You can see when you watch it, they were digging in, keep going, didn't drop their heads. Somehow Widnes managed to keep it going. So that was fast, furious, all game. If you couldn't have made it, you missed out, but our friends at Drop the Puck were there to record the action, so keep your eye out on social media for the highlights and the game after later in the week.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast.
And that brings us to our little roundup on disciplinary and rule changes. And over the last week, there's been a few announcements. First one was on October 13th about some disciplinary changes into the rules. As we've made you aware earlier on in the year, the IIHF and all subsequent bodies have all come together under a united, consolidated rules. Yes, there are tweaks, slight tweaks, but the bulk of the rules are now being adopted across pretty much every league playing ice hockey, with, of course, adjustments for juniors, etc. But the first rule that has had an extra review and some clarification is on spitting, and it is now reading as follows. For clarity, the following guidance for discipline comes into effect immediately. Spitting, contrary to Rule 38.5, I'll call it XI or 11, spitting, game misconduct penalty. Supplementary discipline, minimum tariffs. Open your ears, this is going to be interesting for you all. Spitting towards or at an opposing player, official, or off-ice official is 10 penalty points. Spitting towards or at an opposing player, official, or off-ice official and connecting with them in any way but on the face is a 6-game suspension. Spitting at or towards an opposing player, official, or off-ice official and connecting with them on the face is 10-game suspension. Spitting at or towards an opposing official, player, or off-ice official and connecting with their mouth is 15 games. And the final one, spitting in or in the direction. Now here we go, I'll start this one again. Spitting in the direction of the crowd, whether it hits anyone or not, is 30 games. So, yes, there you go. They've sort of tweaked that. But yeah, it is right to be doing things like that with regard to the penalty for spitting, I must admit, as a personal thing. But that has been reviewed. And then on October 16th, some additional misconduct penalties have been reviewed. Rule 39.5/75.5, obscene gestures, game misconduct penalties. Obscene gestures towards /at an opposing player, official, or off-ice official is now a 5-game ban. Obscene gestures towards the crowd is a 10-game ban. Obscene gesture linked to racist abuse is 20 games. Okay, so there's that one for obscene gestures. Physical abuse of an official, Rule 39.5 on 40.1, game misconduct penalties. Any physical abuse of an official by touching is a 1 to 10 game ban. Any physical abuse of an official where bodily contact is made, in brackets, where a physical act of violence has been made, such as a push, shove, hit, punch, kick, headbutt, etc., but no injury is caused, 25 game ban. Any physical abuse of an official where bodily contact is made, in brackets, where a physical act of violence has been made, such as a push, shove, hit, punch, kick, headbutt, etc., and injury has been caused, a 2-year ban. So there we go. They're not standing for that, quite rightly so. Rules 39.5, 53.2, 53.5. Throwing stick or equipment outside the playing area, game misconduct penalties. So if players are having tantrums and starting to throw equipment and sticks, etc. Throwing stick or equipment out of the playing area is 5 games. Throwing a stick or equipment out of the playing area and it strikes another player, official, or off-ice official is 15 games. Throwing a stick or equipment out of the playing area and it strikes another player, official, or off-ice official and it causes injury, 1 year to 10-year ban. Wow. Throwing a stick or equipment out of the playing area and it strikes a member of the crowd, 30 games ban. And if you throw your stick or equipment out of the playing area and it strikes a member of the crowd and causes injury, 1 to 10-year ban. So yeah, don't go having a tantrum throwing your gear around. Be careful. And the last one, which I think we were all very, very sensitive about, it's Rule 39.5/75.5, racial slur or sexual remarks, game misconduct penalties. Racial or sexual slur by inappropriate language rather than with malicious intent. I'll read that one again. Racial or sexual slur by inappropriate language rather than with malicious intent is 10 to 20 game ban. Racial or sexual slur with malicious intent to any player, official, or off-ice official, 2-year to 10-year ban. Racial or sexual slur to any member of the crowd is a 3-year to 10-year ban. And for clarity, a year or multiple year ban will mean a player is banned for a calendar year or years from the date of the penalty. So there you go. The league really are clamping down on these kind of things, and quite rightly so.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast.
They're really getting into it with the rules and making sure. I mean, there's been a couple of strange rules. I'll call them strange at the moment till we get used to them, about penalties in the last 5 minutes of the game. Thankfully, we haven't had to deal with any of those yet. But you never know. And regarding a couple of things coming up, we have some theme nights coming up for the YKK Widnes Wild. On the game, the 31st of October, the Halloween theme night, there will be a best costume prize to be confirmed, and cross-check clothing will be down with a mini storm and to judge the best costume, as well as presenting the man of the match. And then on Remembrance Sunday, there's hopefully some additional plans for a little bit of an extra effort, because of course it is a very, very special day to mark a very important, not just event, but set of events that have affected us all. And it's not just about the two main events, of course, of World War I and World War II. It is, of course, commemorates all events of that nature, that we have to remember that people sacrifice their lives so we can enjoy life today. And of course our hockey, naturally. So there are a couple of little events that to keep your eye on social media and events outside, so that you know what's also coming up. And this piece of music means there's one more important thing to do. Our usual little roundup of up-and-coming events, and of course, our sponsors. Of course, the Widnes Wild are very, very, very grateful, and so is Time to Go Wild Radio, of all of our sponsors. Our sponsors being YKK, our title sponsor, Sprakes & Son of Widnes, Straight In, MPG Maintenance Property Services, Crosscheck Clothing, The Coach Company, the University of Salford, Planet Ice, and our charity again this year, the Halton Haven Hospice. And it was good seeing representatives of Halton Haven there this weekend. And of course, if any of the members of our sponsors family are there, it's of course naturally great to see all of you as well. If you want to contact Widnes Wild or tell it warts and all, the Time to Go Wild radio show throughout the week, you can do so. Facebook or Twitter.com/WidnesWild or TTGW Radio for the radio show. You can email the show any questions, queries, or if you want dedications and shout-outs on match night and you want to send them in advance, send them to radio@widneswild.co.uk. You can also drop them in a text, 07849 767755. Standard text number, so don't worry about big bills. Instagram, we have Instagram.com/WidnesWildOfficial, and the club YouTube page, youtube.com/WidnesWild Ice Hockey Club, where we, of course, will be linking up all of the highlights and videos from around as many of the clubs who video their games. Of course, there's lots of highlights out there this year, so enjoy them. Of course, where would we be without our fixtures? So for the next few weeks, busy times. Saturday 23rd of October, Sheffield Scimitars will be hosting the YKK Widnes Wild in league action. 4 PM face-off. Keep your eyes on social media for any travel. Also on Saturday, we have the Widnes Under-14s hosting the Blackburn Under-14s at 3:20, followed by the Widnes Under-18s hosting Sheffield's Under-18s, and that's from 5 o'clock. On Sunday, there's still action at Planet Ice Widnes on Sunday. The Widnes Under-10s will be hosting a cross-ice tournament. That'll be starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. In the meantime, the Solihull Barons will be hosting the YKK Widnes Wild in cup action at 5:30 PM. Then, bit of a quieter Saturday, because I don't think we've got anything in the calendar for the next Saturday. But what am I saying? The next Saturday is Saturday the 30th. What am I saying? My eyesight. Saturday 30th of October. Slough Sirens will be hosting our Widnes Wild Women at 7:10. And the Nottingham Under 18s will be hosting our Widnes Under 18s at 5 p.m. And then Sunday 31st of October, YKK Widnes Wild will be hosting our adversaries, I should say, of many a game, the Solihull Barons. 5:30 p.m. face-off. It's a cup game. It should be a good one. We've always had big games with Solihull in the past, and this one I don't think will be any exception. Finally, for the beginning of November, Saturday 6th of November, Sheffield Shadows are hosting the Widnes Wild Women at 20-1 in the afternoon. In the meantime, back at Planet Ice Widnes, the Widnes Under 16s will be hosting Manchester's Under 16s at 3:20, and then our own Under 18s will host Sheffield at 5 p.m. And the final one for this little section, on Sunday the 7th of November, our Widnes Under 10s are in cross-ice action in Hull at 12:30. The Whitley Warriors will be hosting the YKK Widnes Wild at 5 p.m. and Sheffield Under 18s will be hosting the Widnes Under 18s at 7:30 p.m. There's your up-and-coming fixtures. Get them in your calendar and make sure you get yourselves to an appropriate game. Well, one more thing I think to look at before we wrap up the show for another week. And we'll start first with the league table for Morley. It currently reads, going up the table, from the bottom, Nottingham Lions, then in 7th place, Billingham Stars, 6th, currently, Widnes Wild, 5th, the Sheffield Scimitars, 4th, Blackburn Hawks, 3rd, the Solihull Barons, 2nd, the Whitley Warriors, and top of the table at the moment are the Solway Sharks. But, at the moment it's a maximum of 6 games played. That's for Nottingham. Other team, Blackburn have only played 3. Widnes, Sheffield and Solihull have played 4. Billingham, Whitley and Solway have played 5 games each. So at the moment, actually when you look at the table, Blackburn in 4th, Sheffield in 5th, Widnes in 6th and Billingham in 7th actually all have the same points of 4. Then Solihull in 3rd have 5 points, and Whitley and Solway are both on 8 points. It's, still fairly open at the moment, but the cream may be starting to sort of show at the top of the table there. On another point, the Midland Cup group, a little bit of a difference on this one now. 4th place currently held by the Blackburn Hawks, played 4 on 2 points. 3rd place, the Solihull Barons, played 3 on 4 points. In 2nd place, the Sheffield Scimitars, played 5 points. And currently at the top, your YKK Widnes Wild, played 4, 6 points. So tip of the hat to everyone involved with the Wild for is it a surprise? Isn't it a surprise? I'll let you be make the decisions on that. But fantastic effort. You look at the way the scores have been in those cup games. In fact, I'm just looking at the results here, going back to the 25th of September. You got Blackburn 2, Solihull 9, but then you got Sheffield 8, Widnes 9 over time. Then you got a Scimitars 5, Solihull 6, a Widnes 6, Scimitars 4. Most of those have been really close games, and then the Widnes 8, Blackburn 2 game. So, in general, bulk of those games have been quite tight. Anything can happen. Anyone can beat anyone on any day. Just goes to show what can happen in the world of ice hockey any week. Well, other than that, we're coming to an end of another little podcast. We're hoping to bring you a round table in the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes out on social media for that. And of course, keep your eye out on social media outlets for travel announcements for the road games for your YKK Widnes Wild. All I have to say to you all now is take care of yourselves, take care of each other, enjoy your hockey wherever you're getting it, and I'll catch you all with the podcast very, very soon. Till then, ta-ra.